Let me see if can't finish your curtain. Let's see what he has to say. What's he got for us this time? They're probably Blu-rays.
Aficionados quiz.
It's a guilty pleasure.
Aficionados quiz.
It's a comfort measure.
Aficionados
Shine the lights, shoot the camera, smile for the world in panorama. He likes to impersonate Walken.
Hey everybody, Aficionados Chris here, and welcome to another installment of Godzilla Week. Today I'm going to be talking about the one film that started this huge phenomenon that is Godzilla, and that would of course be Godzilla, King of the Monsters, also known as Gojira in Japan, or just simply Godzilla if you want to go with its original Japanese title in English. And what we have here is the Criterion Collection edition of Godzilla, which in my opinion is the best possible edition to own of the original Godzilla movie. This of course is not the first time that the original Godzilla movie has ever been put to Blu-ray. Classic Media, the original rights holder to a lot of the Showa Godzilla movies, actually released a Blu-ray many moons ago. This picture right here for reference. And unfortunately, well, it's not a title that I highly recommend. It's actually a very poor quality Blu-ray. In fact, if I remember correctly, when it came out, it was one of the worst reviewed Blu-rays at the time because it's a 1080i master, and it looks horrendous. It's a horrendous Blu-ray, and I guess Criterion decided to step into the rescue. Now, for a lot of people who somehow don't know what Criterion is, essentially Criterion is a purist film company. They take a lot of obscure movies, contemporary films, just movies that everyone either knows or doesn't know, just movies that they consider the best of the bunch, with the highest quality of art, and just film in general. And they utilize the Blu-ray technology by giving beautiful transfers, usually 4K transfers of a lot of contemporary films, and Godzilla is no different. Because this Blu-ray, like I said, is one of the best Blu-rays of the original film, and just a great Blu-ray to own overall if you're a monster film enthusiast, or just a Godzilla fan, or just a movie fan in general. It's a must-own Blu-ray. And like in any Criterion tradition, it comes in some really cool packaging. They usually use one of two styles, which is they either go with a clear case or a digipack, and Godzilla got the digipack treatment in this case. Now, I'm sure a lot of you are asking, does it include both versions of the film, the original Japanese and the American cut? Yes, absolutely it does, and both look absolutely fantastic on Blu-ray. In fact, I remember is that Criterion obtained a fine-grained print of the original Godzilla movie from a collector to use for the transfer of this Blu-ray. So this is actually the best the original Godzilla movie is ever going to look, and has ever looked in the entire history of its lifespan. And Godzilla King of the Monsters also looks very good. It's not as high quality as Gojira is, but you can't really expect that considering how the original Godzilla King of the Monsters cut was made. So it looks the best that it can, and they're preserved in the best possible quality. And the really cool thing, again, another Criterion staple, is that this thing is packed with special features, tons and tons of interviews from very prolific Godzilla people, including Akira Takarada. And I'm probably going to mispronounce this man's name, but Haru Nakajima, who was the original suit actor for Godzilla in this film. In fact, I believe he was played by two suit actors in this movie, but for the life of me, I don't remember the second actor's name, nor do I know which scenes that Haru Nakajima did and the other guy did. I'm sure there's somebody out there that knows, and if you do, well, definitely let me know in the comments. We have interviews with some of the special effects technicians of the film, whose names I'm definitely going to mispronounce, Yoshio Iri and Aizo Kaimei. There's also an interview with the Godzilla score composer Akira Ifukubi. There's also a bunch of featurettes on this Blu-ray, including a featurette on the photography effects that were used in the film. And another really unique one is that there's an illustrated audio essay called The Unluckiest Dragon, which talks about a very depressing, tragic event that happened in Japan, which was one of the main influences for the events in Godzilla. And of course, like any other Blu-ray, there's trailers for both the original Godzilla movie and Godzilla King of the Monsters. And Criterion also likes to do booklets for their Blu-rays, and most booklets come with essays by film historians or critics, or just people that know the movie by heart. They have a booklet in here which includes an essay from film critic Jay Haberman. In fact, speaking of that booklet, let's open this thing up and show you some of the cool things that are inside. So the digipack is designed so the case is from the left side, not the right side of the Blu-ray, which means that when you put it on your shelf and you want to have the spine facing out, your cover is going to be facing in the opposite direction. It kind of slightly irritates me when a lot of DVDs and Blu-rays do that with their packaging, because I want to be able to see the cover when I pull it out, but it's a minor gripe overall for a really stellar Blu-ray. So let's open this up, pull it out, and on the inside you have a little digipack right there. Let's see if we get a closer look, trying to get any shine. There we go, and of course it folds open, and you've got Godzilla, and it actually, funny enough, not only does this fold open and make a really cool wide shot of Godzilla, let me just take this booklet out, is that there's also a pop-up of Godzilla. Now that is really cool. And of course you've got the solo Blu-ray disc right there. So it's not a multi-disc set, in case a lot of people are thinking maybe it comes with a DVD, because a lot of Criterion Blu-rays recently have been doing Blu-ray and DVD combos. This does not come with a DVD. This is a Blu-ray only. They do have a DVD edition of this if you don't have a Blu-ray player and you still want to own what is quite possibly the best edition of the original Godzilla movie in your collection. There is a DVD option, so I recommend you pick that up if you can't afford the Blu-ray or just don't have a Blu-ray player. Now, my only real gripe is that the booklet that it comes with actually doesn't have a spot for it to sit. Like many Blu-rays or DVDs, there's usually a little slot so you can slip it in there. This one, it just is put in there so it falls out when you open it. It can be slightly irritating because I like to keep my stuff in slightly mint condition. I don't want them to get folded or bent or destroyed. So that's a minor gripe I have with the Blu-ray, is that there's no spot for the booklet to be put. But again, it's still a minor gripe. It's an overall great set. Now here's the booklet in question. We got Godzilla on the front, and Godzilla written in Japanese with a very iconic logo in the entire franchise. And inside they have the chapter selection for both versions and the cast credits. And of course the essay, as I spoke of, by Jay Haberman, which is covered throughout the entire booklet. There's also production credits, special thanks, and of course about the transfers, which explains how they were able to make Godzilla look as great as it does in this Blu-ray. So overall, if you're a Godzilla fan, and I'm going to assume that you are because you're both watching this video and have clearly been supporting Godzilla Week on the channel, you have to get this Blu-ray or DVD. It really doesn't matter either way. If you just get the Criterion edition of Godzilla, whether you have a Blu-ray player or not, it's the best edition of Godzilla. I've been saying that a lot, but it's true. It is the best way to own the film for any fan or people who have actually never seen the movie. And with the new movie coming out, which clearly is borrowing a lot of influence from the original movie, there's a lot of nods, including some of the characters in the film, and apparently Akira Takarada had a filmed cameo for the new movie, which unfortunately got cut in post. But there's a lot of nods to the original movie, so before you see the new film, I highly recommend, if you haven't, that is, check out the original film. Try to see the Japanese version. As much as I do have nostalgia for the American cut, it's the Japanese version that's a higher quality film and is more than likely the film that they took the most influence from for the new movie. So consider this more of a precursor to Godzilla 2014. So that's really all I have to say about the Godzilla 1954 Criterion Blu-ray. It's a fantastic set with a beautiful transfer, tons and tons of bonus features. It's enough to satisfy any Godzilla fan. I hope you enjoyed the video, and please have a wonderful day. Goodbye. Hey everybody, I hope you enjoyed that video, and if you did, definitely hit that subscribe button. Also, if you want to keep up to date with all my video projects, you can like my Facebook page, which is facebook.com/aficionadoschris. You can follow me on Twitter, which is @aficionadochris, and support me on Patreon. Thank you for watching, and be sure to also check out my 2 previous videos.